This is a map of Venice. Now notice waterways form the only connecting link between two places in the city. Similarly, we have a fluid medium in our body known as the blood, which connects the entire body. And blood flows in every corner of the body. Now let us perform a small experiment and we'll see that blood is present in all parts of our body. See, if you press your nail with your thumb, the blood flow is getting obstructed, and so the redness disappears. Now again, when you release your finger from the nail, the blood flow continues, and so the redness appears back. When you have a stomachache or a bad headache, your mother gives you medicine which you have through your mouth. So how is this medicine that you're having through your mouth reaching your head or your stomach and providing you with relief? Well, this is because of the presence of blood in our body. The blood, being a fluid nature, transports the medicine from the mouth to the head or the stomach. So blood is connecting body parts. So can it be called a connective tissue? Well, let us see. See blood under the microscope, and this is the connective tissue proper, or a tendon under a microscope. Now notice all the features of a connective tissue are present in the blood. There are scattered cells, just like there are scattered cells in the connective tissue proper. And there is also a great amount of matrix present between the cells in the blood. And since this matrix is liquid in nature, that is the reason blood can be called a fluid connective tissue. It is a connective tissue because it is connecting the different body parts, and since the matrix is formed of a fluid or a liquid, it is known as the fluid connective tissue. Now, blood can be separated into two parts. This part, which is liquid in nature, and this part, which has sedimented below and consists of cells. Now, what is this liquid part of the blood? What is it known as? Well, the liquid part of the blood is known as plasma. It is this yellow liquid fluid part of the blood. And the cells with sediment below, they have cells that can be present in either greater quantity or lesser quantity. So blood is red in color because of the presence of a cell known as the red blood cell. This red blood cell is present in the blood in greater quantity, and the cells which are present in the lesser quantity in the blood, they are known as the platelets and the white blood cells. So what are the functions of the different cells present in the blood? Well, the red blood cells provide the redness in the blood. They are the transporter of oxygen in our body. Now see, they have a very biconcave shape. all the cells are biconcave shaped, and so they have a greater surface area than any spherically shaped cell. Since they have a greater surface area, they can transport or they can carry more amount of oxygen in the body. Now, the second cell that is present in the blood are known as the white blood cells, and they provide immunity in our body. So how do they provide immunity to us? Well, the white blood cells, they are irregularly shaped. They do not have a specific shape. They continuously change their shape so that they can reach the most inaccessible of places in our body and engulf the foreign particle that has invaded in our body, thus protecting our body from all the other dangers. So these white blood cells, they are irregularly shaped so that they can squeeze in through blood vessels and reach that portion of the body where a foreign particle has invaded. They engulf that foreign particle, thus killing that particle, and hence our body remains protected. Now, when you fall down, you often bruise your skin and blood oozes out. So, is this blood flow continue? Does this blood flow continue for a long time? No, it eventually stops after some time. So, what causes this stoppage of blood flow? Well, it is because of the presence of the third kind of cells in the blood. They are known as the platelets. These platelets form a meshwork which prevents the excess blood flow from a wound. So these platelets help in the blood clotting, and they are spherical in shape. So there are three kinds of cell in the blood. There are the red blood cells, the white blood cells, and the platelets. Now notice the map of Venice once again. See, there are narrower waterways which originate from the main water body, and this same narrower waterway terminates in this bigger water body. So the narrower waterway, they originate and terminate in the main water body. Similarly, we have narrower vessels in our body which originates and ends in the bigger vessels or the blood vessels. And these vessels, they contain a fluid known as the lymph, which forms the second fluid connective tissue. Now see, there is exchange of molecules between the blood and the lymph in their respective ducts. See, this is the blood vessel and that is the lymph vessel. So similarly, molecules from the lymph vessels, they enter the blood vessel. So what are the molecules that get transported or diffused from the blood vessel to the lymph vessel? Well, the molecules that transport from the blood to the lymph are the WBCs, or the white blood cells for protection, and food molecules, because food is required by all the body parts for energy. Now wastes generated in the lymph vessels, they get transported to the blood so that they can be eliminated by our kidneys from our body. So why does lymph does not carry the waste products themselves? Well, because lymph vessels do not end in the kidneys, but blood vessels do. They have a direct link to the kidneys, which are the excretory organs of our body. So the waste materials are transported from the lymph ducts by the lymph to the blood vessels into the blood so that they can be eliminated out of the body. Now, what do you think? Will huge ships like these accommodate in these narrow waterways? Never. So if a person's home is somewhere over here, he needs to get off a huge ship, take a small boat, and reach his place over here. So similarly, there are bigger cells present in the blood that cannot be accommodated by these narrow lymph vessels. Lymph vessels are very narrow, and so they cannot accommodate bigger cells like the red blood cells. So since red blood cells are not present in the lymph vessels or the lymph, they are not red in color, they have a straw color. So RBCs, or the red blood cells that are responsible for the redness of the blood, are absent in the lymph, and so lymph is not red in color, it is straw colored. So there are two fluid connective tissues in our body that connect our entire body. They are the blood and the lymph. So blood and lymph together forms the fluid connective tissue of our body.